Oatmeal has earned its reputation as one of the most reliable and health-supportive breakfast options available. It is affordable, easy to prepare, deeply satisfying, and remarkably versatile. But for anyone managing blood sugar or trying to reduce their risk of type 2 diabetes, a natural question arises. Does eating oatmeal every day actually help or potentially worsen blood sugar control? Registered dietitians say the answer is largely positive, but with an important caveat. Not all oatmeal behaves the same way in the body, and what you add to your bowl can be just as influential as the oats themselves. Understanding exactly how oatmeal affects blood sugar, both in the short term and over time, gives you the knowledge to make it work for your health goals rather than against them. Not all oats are created equal. One of the most important factors in how oatmeal affects your blood sugar is the degree to which the oats have been processed before reaching your bowl. All oat varieties begin as whole grains, but they are then cut, steamed, or rolled into different forms depending on the product. The general rule is straightforward. The more processed the oat, the faster it is digested, and faster digestion leads to a more rapid rise in blood sugar after eating. Steel-cut oats sit at one end of the spectrum. They are the least processed variety, consisting of whole oat groats that have been cut into pieces but not steamed or rolled flat. They take the longest to cook and digest, which results in the steadiest and most gradual blood sugar response. Rolled oats, also known as old-fashioned oats, are slightly more processed but still tend to produce a comparatively gradual glucose rise. Quick cooking and instant oats have been processed most extensively, breaking down the grain structure further and causing them to digest more rapidly, which translates into a faster blood sugar spike. Registered dietitian Lainey Yunkin, MSRD, notes that instant oats and flavored varieties raise blood sugar more quickly due to their higher level of processing and the added sugars they frequently contain. However, she also points out that convenience does not have to come at the cost of blood sugar control. Plain old-fashioned rolled oats can be microwaved in just a couple of minutes and still deliver a significantly steadier glucose response than instant varieties, making them an excellent option for busy mornings. It is also worth keeping blood sugar responses in perspective. As dietitian Jill McNutt, MS-RDN, explains, a short-term rise in blood sugar that returns to normal levels is simply a normal physiological response to eating any carbohydrate-containing food. The concern arises when blood sugar is frequently and chronically elevated over time, not from the modest and temporary rise that follows a well-balanced oatmeal breakfast. How beta-glucan fiber regulates blood sugar. The primary mechanism through which oatmeal supports blood sugar control is its high content of a specific type of soluble fiber called beta-glucan. 1 cup of cooked oats provides approximately 8 grams of total fiber, putting you well on your way toward the recommended daily intake of 22 to 34 grams. Beta-glucan is particularly effective at blood sugar regulation because it dissolves in water and forms a thick, gel-like substance in the digestive tract. This gel physically slows the movement of food through the stomach and small intestine, which in turn slows how quickly glucose enters the bloodstream after a meal. The research supporting these effects is robust. Large analyses of controlled feeding trials have consistently demonstrated that oat beta-glucan significantly reduces both post-meal blood glucose levels and insulin responses. More recent clinical studies have confirmed improvements in both post-meal and fasting blood glucose levels, specifically in adults with type 2 diabetes, a population for whom blood sugar management is a daily medical priority. Dietitian McNutt reinforces this point by noting that not all carbohydrates affect blood sugar the same way. Fiber-rich carbohydrate sources like oats slow digestion and promote a steadier blood sugar response compared to refined grain options, and the overall impact on glucose depends substantially on what else is included in the meal alongside the oats. Long-term blood sugar benefits of daily oatmeal. The positive effects of regular oatmeal consumption extend well beyond the immediate post-meal window. Eating oats consistently over weeks and months may produce meaningful improvements in how the body manages glucose overall. A 2022 systematic review found that consuming approximately 3 grams of oat beta-glucan daily over several weeks led to small but measurable reductions in fasting blood glucose levels in people with type 2 diabetes, even among those already taking blood sugar medications. This suggests that oats can provide an additive benefit on top of existing treatment. At the population level, the evidence is equally encouraging. A 2021 meta-analysis, drawing on data from multiple large studies, found that people with the highest oat intake had a 22% lower risk of developing type 2 diabetes compared to those with the lowest intake. This is a substantial difference that speaks to the long-term protective power of a dietary pattern that regularly includes whole grain oats. Beyond blood sugar, oat beta-glucan is also one of the most well-established dietary tools for lowering LDL cholesterol, which is why oats carry an FDA-approved heart health claim. Daily oatmeal can therefore simultaneously support blood sugar management and cardiovascular health, making it one of the most broadly beneficial foods you can include in a regular eating pattern. Building a blood sugar-friendly bowl of oatmeal. Knowing how to build your oatmeal bowl thoughtfully can significantly amplify its blood sugar benefits. Youngkin emphasizes that pairing fiber, protein, and healthy fat together produces a slower and more stable blood sugar rise than eating oats alone. Adding berries, walnuts, and chia seeds to your oatmeal, or stirring in peanut butter or protein powder, creates a more nutritionally balanced and blood sugar supportive meal. Choosing steel-cut or old-fashioned rolled oats over instant varieties and skipping flavored packets with added sugars is the first and most important step. Adding a protein source such as Greek-style yogurt, egg whites, or protein powder helps slow digestion further and reduces post-meal glucose spikes. Including healthy fats from nuts, seeds, chia, or flax contributes additional fiber and fat that slow carbohydrate absorption and support sustained energy levels. Using fresh or frozen fruit like berries as a natural sweetener instead of brown sugar or syrup provides fiber and antioxidants alongside sweetness, without the sharper blood sugar rise that concentrated sweeteners can produce. Watching portion sizes is also relevant, since a standard serving of approximately half a cup of dry oats is sufficient for most people, and larger portions deliver more carbohydrates that may produce a more pronounced glucose response. Oatmeal is not simply a carbohydrate source. It is a nutrient-dense whole grain that, when prepared and paired thoughtfully, can play a genuinely meaningful role in supporting stable blood sugar both day-to-day and over the long term. For anyone looking to make a simple, evidence-backed change to their breakfast routine that delivers real and measurable health benefits, making daily oatmeal a habit, done right, is one of the most effective and accessible choices available. The key is in the details: choosing less processed oats, building a balanced bowl with protein and healthy fats, keeping portions appropriate and skipping the added sugars that can undermine the very benefits that make oats so valuable in the first place.